Certain amount of times before you stick at that shit. Okay, I'm not falling for that shit. I've been sticking too many. I've been sticking too many.
What if?
I've been
What if
sticking
we
too
all
many
put our
times.
faces directly against our cameras?
I've been sticking too many times. Okay, no. I already have the cat one that haunts me to the rest of my end of my days. Okay.
Yeah, well, that wasn't something you did particularly. You just had your camera on.
Yeah, that one will haunt me
That
for the
was
rest
your
of my
first
days.
mistake.
Look at that shit. Oh, howdy,
Yeah, but I
Gibbous.
mean, you still keep your
We're
camera
in
on.
episode 23 of this season. Oh my god.
How many did we have last season?
More.
Not more,
What?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just curious about the total. That's all.
It's in like the 40s.
Whatever 62 minus 23 is, I'm not doing math.
That would be 59.
39.
39. 59. Jeez, that's minus 3. 9 o'clock at night for me, guys. Okay, I'm tired. I'm old. I'm not old, but I act like it.
D&D time. Get over it, liberal.
Goobin time.
Welcome to the
Goobin time.
stream, Cookies.
Howdy, goobers. I'm in a
Oh, I
gooberish
don't
mood, I
have-
will warn.
Well, today should be pretty chill.
Good, because the last ones have been stressful. Well, we had RP last session, so we'll do it. But I'm still slightly crying on the inside after the fucking Emperor fight, because that... Ugh.
That is one of the optional fights. That's
Well, you can't tell us,
campaign.
oh, I'm going to release this thing that's going to kill half of Dasha, and we're just going to go, ah, fair enough.
Well, you knew that there was very powerful people in Dacia actively working against it, you know?
Yeah, but we want all the claim, you know, we want the credit. We're not heroes of Dasha, okay, so...
It's true. You probably saved many lives.
Yippee!
Dust puts 5 bits into the murder jar.
Have I got any bits left? No, I've got no bits. I gave them all last time.
Wow.
Wanted to cancel out the murder jar. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you, Cookie. Ah, shit.
It actually took me a second to discern what that meant, Dima.
Spicy noodle.
I didn't need that back in my memory.
Spaghetti noodle. Spaghetti noodle.
Ah,
No. Or
stop that right now.
Oh. Well, my friends. Would any of you like to give a recap of what happened last time?
Who did it last time? Who was it?
I think
Who did
it was me.
Oh. I can do it if no one else wants to. I'll take it. So we, a few sessions prior, had gone basically into the Emperor's tomb. We met Liz in there with various guards and various Black Cloak, everyone being possessed by spirits. We then got to a stalemate of basically talking, and Liz said that we could get help. We could help them deal with Azamundus, as they didn't want to be controlled. But to cause chaos, as to give Liz a reason to leave Dasha, they had awoken the Emperor. Our party went down to deal with the Emperor. We dealt with it easily. Obviously, there was no consequences whatsoever. It was an easy fight. No one died, especially not Farandra. I didn't cry, nearly, at the resurrection ritual. And yeah, we resurrected Farandra, and after resurrecting Farandra, and then we left the tomb with the Black Cloaks. This is a great recap. After defeating the Emperor, we left the Emperor's tomb, and that's when the wizard, the wizard stuff, the wizard crack that we got given, wore off. That's what I'm calling it. And we all became very tired, and we all rested. And as we were resting, we heard that basically the city was celebrating, and our names had somehow been found out that we were the ones that saved Dasha. We woke up in various states of, especially Farandra after getting their shit rocked. We then rested for a little bit longer. I think we went to the magic lady. We got some more magic items, including I think Oakenhill got a pair of goggles. Someone else bought something I can't remember what it was. I remember Boone slamming down a bar of platinum. And then after resting, we went to visit the gods, as we'd been told previously that they wanted to talk to us. I thought it was specifically Franja, but I may be wrong. And we flew to the mountain in the sky that I definitely missed from previous sessions. I didn't know existed until we started talking about mountain in the sky, and I just went along with it. We then met a god who basically told us that we needed to deal with Azamundus, and we were basically their plan. We were their hope. And they answered a question for us. They gave us a bit of information, kind of led us in a certain direction to try and deal with Azamundus and his plan to overtake Ard. And we ended the session basically resting in the god's place whilst trying to decide what prize we wanted to get from the church, as we were offered a prize, a reward each for beating the Emperor and saving Dasha. I missed loads, but that does the job. From Oakenhill's point of view, that's about it.
I think you got the most of it.
Oakenhill got a nice pie from the villagers. I can't forget that.
Grab an inspiration for the session.
Thank you.
And where we will pick up is inside Kyson's workshop on the mountain. She's invisible. Let's fix that. There we go. As Isandra had asked if they could make a bomb, and she said, "Oh, of course, yeah." And starts pulling out various things from different drawers and from underneath this table and an extra piece from over here, just little things lying around and a couple of tools. She says, "I designed these a long time ago. One of my earliest inventions. Explosives are..." She pauses and stops moving for a moment. Be wrong to say they're easy. And we call them gate crashers. As she assembles various things along the table. Two halves of a glass sphere. A jar containing oil and some kind of shiny metallic shards. Brass bands, which she is bending as she talks to you. Once, twice, measures, bends again.
Are they bending it with tools or just their bare hands?
They have a hand and a tool.
I'm just checking how badass they are.
She's
That's
got
all.
a hammer. She gets out a couple more bands and splits them with some shears at the ends, beginning to shape them into meticulously smaller little holder things. And I think she's going to say, someone attach these arms to the larger bands on the inside, and she pushes some of those aside.
Sandra will reach over and follow her instructions as clearly as he can.
Oakenhill just watches in amazement. He does not want to help because fuck that. But yeah.
Which of you is very quick?
I mean, I can be, but he says, pointing to Isandra.
Yes, I'm probably the fastest out of the lot of us.
Fastest, second fastest, alright. Then Isandra, you're going to have a very special job for this, and for Andre, you're going to make sure that no matter what, hopefully we don't all explode.
Alright.
I would vote that we don't do that one.
This substance, and she taps the jar, was once called delirium. It's highly explosive on contact with the air.
Oakenhill backs away to the corner of the room.
Carefully but quickly, I want you to move the contents of a number of these shards into the little hand holders after we attach them to the top of one half of these spheres. Verandra, I need you to put the other half on top, but I need you to heat it up first.
All right.
Isandra's like visibly shaking with excitement.
I need someone to hold this steady for me. She motions to the other half of the sphere.
Dex, you want to help or do you want me to do it?
I'll need someone to handle the pump. She motions to the machine
I can do
she was
that.
meshing with before.
Yeah, I can hold it still then.
I can do
Alright.
the pump.
So she'll kind of help position you up, Jax, to hold the base of the sphere as she's waiting for Isandra to come back.
Okay, so where am I taking this? I apologize.
Oh, I just need you to attach the little arm bands to the larger circular bands, as though to hold something on the inside of them.
If this explodes, we won't all die, right?
No, probably.
Okay, good.
I won't.
Okay. Yep.
Ah,
We'll be just fine.
how silly of me. There's no way we would all die.
Thank you.
Jax is here.
Good point.
And Isandra will work on attaching the bands as instructed.
Certainly.
Frondra will sort of point the end of his sword against his little thing to heat it up with green flame.
Ah, excellent. When you've attached the bands together, Isandra, she'll wave you over and have you link them onto the first half of the sphere. The first
And he'll move
hemisphere.
quickly, focusing especially hard on where he's put it in his hands and his fingers.
Good. Now we'll just put these together. Jax, this is going to be the part that's the most difficult. We don't want any of these to fall free, and we'll need to use a little bit of force. So hold this nice and steady.
Alright.
You can make me an athletics check or an acrobatics check, Jax, whichever you're better at.
I'm actually better at athletics.
There we go. Very
Not
good. Alright, Isandra, and she opens up the jar very carefully. Now, you're going to need to grab 2 or 3 of them from inside here and get them wedged between the hands fairly quickly, but don't whip them around. We want them to still be covered in oil or we will explode.
So I have to be very precise? I can do that. I'm really good at that.
She cut this body.
Isandra, I don't want to die twice in 1 week, and I'm gonna give Isandra a bardic inspiration.
Question, are we level 11 yet, actually?
Oh yes, I forgot to level you guys up. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
Oh, I
great.
leveled myself up. You don't gotta worry
Yeah,
about me.
me too.
Okay, we'll grab you guys.
I don't know fantasy grounds.
I'll get you guys after, it's fine. There shouldn't be any combat today.
Sure. And Isandra will, as skillfully and as swiftly as possible, try to wedge the little bits of explosive into the arms as instructed.
You can make me a sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
While you're doing this, she's waving Ferandra over. The moment their hands are out, I want you to cap this on top of the bands.
Alright, alright.
And then press down, a little firmly. Don't break the glass, but somewhat firmly.
Okay. He does it.
Isandra can carefully grab 3 of these shards out and wedge them in between the little arms inside. It's held steady by Jax. And then Ferandra, you're going to cap this on top. And from you, I will also need a sleight of hand check.
Oh, something terrible has happened. I'm proficient in everything.
What is that?
Oh my god.
I'm proficient in literally everything. I don't know how this happened. Okay.
You
I
have
know
a
that
plus, you have plus 13 on persuasion?
Yeah,
Yes,
but that's
normal.
correct.
I do believe I was proficient in sleight of hand.
Sure, we'll
Um,
fix
Just
it
look at
after
your
the
D&D
session.
on
Yeah.
sheet.
Yeah, I'll
I
do that.
imagine it
Let
was
me-
one of the ones you were proficient in. You can just roll it, and we can check after.
Yeah!
It's a
That's
natural
funny.
20.
Don't worry about it.
Quickly, you cap it on and you get it in just the right position to slide into the band. And by pressing down, you can feel just the edge of the heated glass press down very slightly.
Did we do it?
All right, and she picks it up, pulling it from your grasp, Jax. And she puts it into this, and she motions to the this pump lever thing after she closes the front of this machine that she's placed inside and says, "All right, go."
Okay.
Lots.
Okay, I'll do whatever.
Up and down, up and down.
Okay. I got this.
And you can give me an athletics check. Neil.
Sure.
All right, you're
Alright.
shifting it through, and she frowns a little bit, but she says, "No, I think that's just enough." All right.
Wait.
And she'll open it up and pull out this glass orb with all the pieces together, holding with two little arms into the center a number of these shards that appears to be filled with oil now, like a clear oil. Ugh. She carefully clunks it down. It seems to be quite heavy. That
What do we?
is a bomb.
A fancy looking bomb.
Be careful with it. It's designed so that if the glass breaks, the explosion will come shortly afterwards.
Oh.
That is absolutely so cool.
Yes. It should explode
have
in
you-
about a 20-foot radius, so if anyone's in that radius, they'll probably die.
What level of explosion do you think this is, like magical staff killing a werewolf type of explosion, or like a noon type of explosion?
She chuckles a little bit and says, "Well, it's called a gate crasher. It was meant to completely obliterate defensive gates,
Oh.
ripping a hole
Rondra
in
looking
them."
increasingly horrified. Nisandra just like.
Can we put that in a bag of holding so we don't rip?
And I will... Here. Let me quickly make an item for that. Realize I never did that.
That is. So do you just have that really explosive, deadly metal just lying around like it's nothing?
Yes?
Oh, dear Lord, you are. That's terrifying.
The
I guess
actual
you're
answer
God,
is
but-
no. It's very carefully secured. That jar is actually magical.
You said yes made you sound more awesome, but now you being safe also is awesome in a different way.
Preparation is important.
Mm-hmm.
Gate crasher. Alright. Here you go.
I hate this. Oh man, that's a lot.
D8 fire damage. And at 68 fire damage, 68 bludgeon damage, 68 force damage. Holy shit.
It's 18d8.
Dear Lord. And it's a spread of different fucking damages in case they're immune to one of them. That's amazing.
Azamundus might get a flashback from that one.
Oh, that'll be fun.
We made them during the era of the Sorcerer Kings, after all.
It's pretty cool. I like how we just nonchalantly made a bomb that could kill us all. That's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, I really do appreciate the help. I have an interest in these things.
In bombs?
Have I not made that glaringly apparent, Rondra?
No, I mean you have.
And also to make one with you.
think I'm gonna stick to plans.
She turns this thing, and there is a audible loosening of tension in the trebuchet question mark.
Oh.
Well,
So
Hmm.
what would have happened if that had actually triggered?
oh, I would have had to get us out of here and get a new workshop.
Would it have set off other explosive things that you have in here as well?
Oh, I imagine so. But don't worry, nothing too major.
Sure.
So, is it safe for us to put it in a bag of holding?
Yes. Again, just don't break the glass. If it cracks and starts leaking, you'll want to get rid of it soon. It won't explode immediately. It should crash to pieces under its own weight if you toss it.
Alright.
Do we have to see this workshop, or can we go like walk around a little bit? 'Cause this place is really cool.
You could walk around, although I must warn you, you'll draw the attention of various angels. They're very curious about mortals, especially when they're growing up here.
I just wanted to find a tree to see what kind of stories it had.
A tree? Oh. Well, you can always go to the forest for a while, I suppose. Though, I suppose I should send you back rather soon.
That's a good point. Another time, another time.
Yes, I'm sure you'll receive another invite after you've completed your mission. Probably from my brother.
Oh.
Which one?
Well, I was hoping you wouldn't say that. I was trying to be rather wise with my statement. Because no matter which brother invited you, I would have been correct. But
Yeah. If you say one of them, you're still correct.
one of them.
Well,
We need to go back to down there and ask for our reward, right?
I can request it for you.
Oh, that's cool.
oh, lovely.
It might take a little bit, depending on what it is, but you should receive them within a day. So if there's anything else you wish to ask me, you may. And otherwise, I think I will send you and your friends back to Manor Black.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
What about Boone's little project that he's working on?
Oh,
The garage stone.
I'll let him work here for a while, and I'll send him back with you after.
Alright.
Perfect. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for helping my brother.
Of course.
Are you ready,
Do
then?
you guys know what you're gonna ask for?
Roughly, I think.
I think
I do.
In whatever terms you can manage.
Who wants to go first?
Makes no difference to me. I'll break the ice.
I was going to say
Um,
the exact same thing.
I'm gonna say I saw a tumbleweed go by, but that's my grandpa, so I can't say that.
Will I? Oh, please. Sorry, I just thought I heard somebody open the mouse and.
Oh, you
Okay.
heard me. It was, I just realized there was another individual I should send there.
Oh, right, yes. So for me, I've enjoyed the past couple of times being, what is the spells that you use on me, Frandra? Polymorph?
Polymorph.
Yes. And I especially enjoy spying on people, so perhaps something that makes me small, tiny, and able to fly for just a little bit, where I can spy on our enemies to get us closer to the completion of our mission.
I'm sure they'll be able to find something in the city.
I was looking for, I am magically inclined. I was looking for a staff of power. I've heard about them before. They're not too common, but I'm wondering if they might have one. Figured they could be useful.
If they would be anywhere, it would be in Dacia.
Very similarly, I've also heard of a magical artifact. I've heard of these rings of spell storing. I was hoping to get one of those.
Oh, I can help you with that one. She reaches into a toolbox and pulls out a ring.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. It's a silver ring, and there is little symbols like waves along its edge, and it is set with a simple amethyst. And yes.
Everyone else has to think about what they do. I hit stuff. I'm really good at it. But I just got this new weapon. And I'm pretty sure if one what they said it's got a demon in it. Is there any way to make this one like better, like killing undead stuff? It has already got
tilts her head for a moment.
He's friendly. He saved my life in the tomb.
Mm-hmm. Undead isn't really my specialty. But I happen to know someone whose it is, who I think has a rather good opinion of you.
Oh, that's good.
When you return home, go and talk to your priest.
Gotcha. It's like, I hope you don't mind about that axe, I'm sorry.
We take a brief flash over to Sosimo, who is sleeping. He shakes awake suddenly. We jolt back.
Poor man isn't even allowed to sleep.
Is there anyone else you'd like me to take home with you?
Yeah.
We've got our boss and our coachman.
As well as Karuna.
Karuna and Karuna's
And
friend.
her sister.
And her sister.
Sibling, yeah.
Chance.
I'm tempted to say a random name to fuck with them, but I'm not going to.
I'm sure they won't blame me.
Point. But I won't do it. That would be kind of rude to bring them like halfway across the continent, if not more. However, Man in Black is really nice. So. Wait,
I think
saw the
really nice is relative, but sure.
I saw the bailiff in the Garden of Glass. Do you want to grab him? No.
No, he can teleport anywhere he wants, whenever he
Oh,
wants.
okay, gotcha.
I'm sure he'll be fine.
Gotcha.
Emphasis on the whenever he wants.
Yeah.
Gotcha. What about that one that short lady with the short black hair? Anyway, no. I'm still curious where they are. Okay.
I'm trying to Dr. 36. Anyway.
It's the 4 people. It's the 2 people that came with us.
Yep.
Karuna and her sister.
No tumbleweed?
Wait, what?
She just looks
What
at
do you
you.
mean? Is my grandpa in the city?
I believe he is currently entering the south edge of the Surwood.
Oh no, let him go home. Let him go home.
Alright.
I'm pretty sure if you teleport him to the Black Planet Black, he'd have a heart attack. So and he's really old. So
Then remember, when it begins, you must focus. Learning what comes next is of the utmost importance. But you needn't hurry. Taking your time to understand the situation and to understand your own situation. That time will be well spent. She snaps her fingers, and there is a pulse of blue light that immediately blinds you. And there's a moment where you feel like you are floating and you cannot breathe. And then, with a creaking of wood, like the mast of a ship, you are in the lobby of Manor Black. Which I will now populate with NPCs and place you on.
O'Neill goes outside and throws up from the teleportation.
Sure, I'll place you outside with the door open.
There are 3, okay.
Sandra, Jax,
Oh, that fucking cat.
Sandra. The cat is immediately, you know, like jolted upwards, tail straight in the air.
I'm gonna bark at the cat, I think.
Where's...
You be nice to Smidgens.
No, he was an asshole when I spoke to him, okay? He was uptight and was like, I was like below him, okay?
Most
No,
cats are assholes and uptight, actually.
too bad.
Bailiff, by the way, is just sitting on the bench as you all poof in.
Does he react at all?
No. No, he what he does is he has his pipe out and he kind of stops for a moment, then brings it to his mouth.
Fair. What about fucking...
Karuna, like, looks around and realizes where she is. Her sister kind of clings to her arm. She says, "Oh, what? Huh? Bailiff?"
Oh, we definitely should have warned you.
Cecilia, for a moment, you can see she has her hand on her blade, but she lets go of it pretty quickly. She realizes who is around her. And the coachman looks just fine.
He's used to this shit.
Can you get the map?
Absolutely. Apologies. It is, of course, Manor Black with Hearth and Garden.
With Earth, yes! Garden! Oh
Ours
no,
cool.
I just looked at the pond. Oh no.
I'm just gonna look at Smidgens and think about the cat that the Emperor had and just shiver. He's gonna shiver a little bit.
Chins.
O'Neill hurls off the edge and then comes. Oh Jesus!
Oh, you know what it says. There we go.
O'Neill sees the cats and stuff, and Jax can probably hear a slight growling.
Sandra's picking Smidgens up by the armpits and pulling him into his arms.
They protest for roughly half a second.
He just continues to hold him, scratching his chin.
Does that thing have to stay in the house?
Do you have to stay in the house?
No, I
No.
like sleeping outside.
I like having a cat around.
That one is actually an asshole. Like I spoke to him and he's an asshole.
All cats typically are, but they deserve
We
it.
have worse in the house right now.
Who? What?
Oh, do you want to go say hi to them?
Or where are they?
Oh, in our main hall.
I'm bringing my Smidgen's
She
an
pushes
enemy.
both doors
Oh.
open. Everyone's an enemy. Don't mind that.
Oh
I
yeah,
just-
we do have worse. You're right. You're right.
Sandra's bringing Smidgen's with.
These two.
Stop it! I'm trying to walk through as he's like guarding Smidgens.
One day that cat's gonna disappear.
Hey,
Oh,
if you
can I-
do something terrible to Smidgens, I'm going to kill you.
I'm pretty sure Smitches is planning every single way terrible to us for us to die. Most likely, he's just a cat, so he can't.
As you all walk in and take seats, filling up the room that was quite empty before, Thrashio will say, "Oh, everyone's back all at once."
Peekaboo.
Don't sound too
Talise.
excited.
And Talise will just nod at you. And
Oh, hey, Talise.
a number of you. Hello, welcome back. Another successful journey, I imagine.
Mm-hmm. We saved the whole city.
I think you're just about ready now. Just about.
They called us heroes and stuff. It was weird getting all that attention. I didn't like it.
Smiles. Nods. Cecilia kicks her feet up onto the table and leans back into her chair.
Isandra has set smidgens on the table, and he's using some thread
Absolutely.
he had from his weaver's kit to play with smidgens.
O'Connell is death staring the cat the entire time.
Just leaping across the table here.
Yeah, O'Connell is death staring the cat the entire time.
Here. Let me at least make Smidgens an ally.
I never get I never get a thread ball to play with. What the fuck?
Emperor defeated. We found what we could there. I hope you learned something useful.
Yeah, we spoke to a god and stuff.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
alright.
Yes, Goddess Kaesin.
High honors.
We even got to see her workshop, and we also made a bomb.
It's a pretty big bomb.
Oh,
We made a bomb.
It's called. What's it called again? What's the name of it?
Gate crasher?
Gate.
It crasher.
a gate crasher. Wow. Wait. You made a gate crasher.
Collectively,
We helped make.
We all
Is that how
as a
it's
group.
Yes, with Kaesin as our guide.
Mm-hmm.
That will be a useful tool. You all still look a little bit tired, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm beat.
Some rest is in order, then. Spend some time around the
At least
manor.
today.
Get prepared for what comes next. I'll have the appropriate letters sent out ahead of us.
Did we get any gold for the Emperor stuff?
I presume the temple has paid you?
Oh, I thought there would be like something different as well. No, yeah, we have, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Get magical items of great power, and you want
Yeah, but-
gold?
Yes, I have 4 gold to my name. That's why.
Oh, good grief.
I have 50.
I'm sure if you need some spending money, Okaneo, some of your companions could spare 5 gold.
Yeah, but I already got Jax to give me like 300 earlier for my goggles.
Ah,
If you still need money, I can help you. I have
Oh, it's
plenty.
okay. It's okay. It's okay. I can wait on what I wanted. It's okay.
Sandra, who literally has like close to $2,000.
Yeah, but I'm not asking you to buy me a set of plate armor. Fuck me.
you could
Oh,
always
did
try
any-
and do some work in the meantime, I suppose.
Did any packages come for me? I got a coat made. For monster hunting.
That's a good question. Our local housekeeper, she looks over to Tully's. Yes, there was something that came. It's
Maybe.
all wrapped up in fabric. Might be a good.
Yep. I got like a monster hunting coat, and you should have like filigree of like leaves and stuff. Nature monster hunting coat.
Please opens up a drawer here that has never been used until now. And pulls out a wrapped like fabric parcel.
Amazing. O'Connell grabs it. Thank you, Talise. And he gets a step on it, opens it carefully.
And it is indeed your coat.
Yippee! O'Connell puts it on. It's cozy. He's happy. can fit all the stuffs in here.
Wow, since I was in Dacia. Fun place. But you're going to the kind of place where people like us are born.
Oh.
The duchy is filled with monsters. Be they from the wound, or the skittering forest, or those unkept mountains, or the people ruling it.
I'm sure it's not that bad, right? Like, the entire populace can't be monsters, because then surely that someone would have noticed that.
The coachman coughs a little bit. Says, it's an open secret of sorts. Things got worse after the wound opened.
How long ago did that wound open?
It's been a while now.
Decades? Centuries?
Decades.
Okay.
It was opened before I was born.
It's been
How
about
old are you
40
again?
years.
Oh, that was when I was 100. Okay.
There was well, you'll find out when you get there, I suppose, and I'm sure there's plenty of stories that can be told. Owen grew up there, believe it or not.
Oh.
Oh, you did?
He nods. Not in an open community.
Oh.
I also grew up there. I grew up in Toulon.
Grew up on an estate. Father was the coachman.
Like father, like son, I guess.
He nods again. The wealth of
Which
expression from Erwin.
Is extensive.
Is there a particular reason why we're going to the duchy specifically, or?
When we were talking about where to travel last time, there was a significant wealth of information to be found there, was there not? A laboratory, a center of operations.
Oh,
What's
Liz.
there?
She raises an eyebrow. You were the ones who asked the question.
Right.
Is this near where Liz is?
I'm not sure.
This is she retreated to Marceau's house. Marceau is on the Duke's court.
Then it shouldn't be more than a few days' travel, I imagine. Where's that Darius fella who was putting together things for us?
Oh, I saw him outside when I was hurling my guts out. Do you want me to go get him?
She nods.
Oh, hey Thorn. Darius. The boss wants you.
Certainly, it seems like Darius was having some sort of conversation with Thorn. They stop. And he says, wait here. And then he'll go along.
O'Neill doesn't hear that, even though he does because he has good hearing. You coming, Thorn?
No, I was going to have Thorn wait outside.
Why that? Okay.
Doesn't have much to add to the conversation, I imagine.
I think he's a great conversationalist.
He's
a
on
big word.
smidgens into his lap and is just looking at this cat, trying not to look at anybody across the table.
O'Neill goes back to death staring the cat.
What do you have for us, Darius? You've all just returned. You want... Alright. And he will start by pulling from one of his various bags a rolled up map that it looks like he has made himself. I also have maps of the castle from memory. But I have included upon this a number of sites that might be of interest in the region. This is the very west edge of the skittering forest. And everything west of it. Not a lot, I know. There isn't that much that can form outside the river. I highly doubt you'll be going as far as Shale. If you do, you'll be traveling for 4 days from Larkin. But I sought also to include a number of sites we investigated, in case you wish to look at them rather than risk entering the castle and possibly being found. We searched through the Temple of the Dead Moon, the remains of the Tenignan Monastery, what was known as the Collector's Hall, a local legend. And I can assure you, not one you want to mess with. And I was never allowed to enter, but the Viscardi Mausoleum was also to be searched through.
Just to clarify, did you say that these are things that he's already searched to, or things that are areas of interest?
He said they're areas of interest and things that he seems to be, you can clarify with him if you want, had already searched through in the past.
Aside from the Viscardi Mausoleum?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just wanted to clarify.
We were researching curses. All of these places are quite cursed, I can assure you.
So you've been to every one of them aside from the Viscardi Mausoleum?
Yes, I was not allowed entry. Things had started to sour at that point. I'm not even sure if Azamundus was allowed in, but if he was, he did not take me.
Thanks.
Besides that, if you do wish to enter the castle, it should be noted, that the court meets at least once a month for a small party of sorts, where La Duca checks in on all of them. The invite list is fairly small, the list of the few nobles in the region, and all true vampires, of course, which is their number, and up to 5 of their retainers, who are usually spawn. There is precedent for other people being invited, under request of such a noble. If they've kept schedule, their next meeting should be in about 3 weeks.
Right. Sorry. I really appreciate all of the work, Darius. I think I'm is there anything more? He is looking between Cecilia and Darius now.
Cecilia looks up and says, "Who's in charge these days?" Yeah, well, besides Laduca, there is Toussaint-Isar, Valère di Viscardi, Lenore, who is the Duchess, and Marceau Juste. Marceau moved around when I was there, but that was some time ago. And you will find Toussaint in Shale, Valère in the south, Edenine, and Lenore is in the Skittering Forest, and hopefully will be of no significance to our visit. Well,
That's a lot of information. I didn't understand half of it, but sure.
if you need to think on it, think on it. If you have questions, I will be around. I also plan on coming with you.
I guess we can ask you if we need to know. Gotcha. When was the last time you went to the duchy?
When I left.
Which was?
At this point, 13 months ago, I believe.
Okay, so recent enough that it's not useless information. Gotcha.
I'm going to bed.
Need a minute. And Nisandra's just gonna take smidgens with him.
I think I'm gonna go say hi to Gilded Gear before I go to bed.
I was thinking it's gonna ask them all.
I'm gonna go check, see how they're doing, see if they got anything. Oh wait, shoot! I gotta go to Sosimo. I'll go to Gilded Gear first. Let's go.
I'm gonna run my errands in the morning.
I will follow you to Sosimo's again, as well. If need
I
be.
got you. I also want to go see a fish in the pond, but that's later. It's prophecy time.
Prophecy time.
There's surely no negative effects to us doing that.
One day when you go to fight the fish in 100 years, Okanil.
That's gonna say O'Keneal's the only one that's gonna have to fucking deal with it. O'Keneal's
I'm
the only
going
one
to
that'll be
say, make a saving throw. Your fortune is currently 100. The DC is 116.
No!
Yeah. As he's passing by the door, he's gonna look at Fran's gonna look at Karuna and say, "If you got some time next couple days, I wanted to talk to you about something, if you don't mind."
Sure, I'll try and pick out a quiet spot to spend some of my time. You have a nice garden now.
We do. It's really nice. Don't go near the lake.
Chuckles a bit. Get a confused look from this one.
It's just not worth it.
She nods. And I think they're gonna go take position somewhere outside. I'm gonna go find the resting places, the NPC spots for these NPCs.
Bailiff, how long are you gonna be around for?
Well, I'm not sure. Maybe an hour, maybe a day. Do you need me?
I just wanted to run something by you.
Yeah, all right.
Tonight, tomorrow.
Tell you
I'm
what,
kind of running off of your schedule.
Let's do it tomorrow morning. And today I will perform a few more experiments in the basement.
Roger's just gonna kind of pale a little bit and go, "All right, man."
I think I might be able to utilize that gate.
Ibris
the
Gate?
gate to Ibris, but to have it transport to a different plane of existence than Ibris. Yes.
Oh. I'm actually quite interested in that. We could talk about that.
Yes, yes.
Well,
I
I'm going
can't
to
wait
bed.
to see the plane of fire.
I swear to God, if you summon the plane of fire in my basement, our basement,
Very well. I'll start with something easier, like
this house is made of wood, bailiff.
we'll go with the path green first. All right.
Thank you.
Head off over to the room over here. It'll just be you and Desandra. And I'll hop upstairs real quick.
Oh yeah. Gildy Gear time.
Cecilia's gonna come say hi to Gildy Gear too before she goes to bed.
You go first, Jax. You lead the way. You're the boss. Actually, wait. Yeah.
Technically, Jax is the same rank as me. I'm
Oh,
just your
yeah.
senior.
But you're both my bosses.
Sure.
Gotcha. Hi, Gildy Gear.
Gilded Gear is actively hammering at something, the fire blazing with this bluish light. And he turns around. Huh? Oh, wait, one moment. And he quenches whatever he's hammering.
You could have finished your work.
Oh, it's fine. I was just trying something out.
Okay.
Hi, Gildy Gear.
Hey, you're all back. It's been really quiet.
You okay?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's, I've kind of just been playing around with my own imagination the last few days. I don't really like Thracia, and Police creeps me out.
Elise is nice. Starcia is vile. So
I don't like Talise. I don't know why you all like him.
He just seems like a. He definitely has a checkered past. I don't know what it is, but what have you been working on?
Oh, and he's gonna pick up a flail off the table
Ooh.
and spin it around a little bit. It clunks to the ground heavily, and where it hits the ground, there's a scorch mark that bursts out.
Whoa.
That
Ooh.
it's a bit off my normal studies, but I kind of hit a blocking point at this point. The homunculi are difficult.
Homunculus what?
Artificial life. It's I'm trying to create. I'm not going to get into this.
No, it's interesting. I just don't understand it at all.
Imagine if your weapon was made of a fluid and could understand your every word, so it could shift shape in the middle of battle, defensively or offensively. It could be used medically. Any number of things could be used.
That sounds like the coolest shit that could ever exist in the
That
world.
is.
And that's what I hope to do.
How can we help?
Yeah, that's the problem. There's currently a problem with the stabilization of it. I need something that can hold magic for a long enough time that you don't need to recharge it every 20 minutes. Creating a whole new homunculus every 20 minutes is rather troublesome.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So if you come across something that can hold a lot of energy, that would be useful.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out.
It odds.
Could I ask you to make me something?
Of course, that's what I'm here for.
Can I get 2 platinum rings worth 50 gold apiece?
Is that all you need? Sure.
Yeah.
You got 10 platinum
Pretty
coins?
simple. No, I do not have any platinum.
Okay, it'll take me a day then. I'll have to go into town.
Here is 100 gold coins.
He nods and takes them.
You been working on anything else except the flail?
I've been trying it on a whole bunch of different weapons. He motions to the thing that's currently being quenched. It's like I can infuse the essence of the ancestor spirit into the weapons. They kind
That's
of
cool.
like it, so I'm doing it.
That's terrifying, but cool.
Yeah. Anyways, if nothing else happens, at least I'll have that to my name.
That's true.
Have you tried a dagger or anything small like that?
I haven't yet, but it wouldn't be hard to do.
It's like 5 minutes.
What do you have? I was on being, so I didn't notice him first. What are you doing up there?
Also,
I'm looking at his
since we
extreme.
derailed very briefly, I'd like to very briefly showcase our last soundboard.
God damn it. God damn it. You flipped that shit amazing.
Anyways,
Anyway, back to it.
Oh my god, you're on the list again.
I can't
I'm
remember if I asked you to
close
make
to
anything
getting on
last
board with them.
I can't remember if I asked you to make anything last time we were here, Guilty Gear, but yeah, I can't remember. Dang it.
You'll have to remember, because I make a lot of things.
Anything to help kill vampires, like anything silver based? Or no, silver based.
Oh, I could silver a weapon pretty easy.
No, silver's also bad on me. Uh, I know it's below your pay grade.
Mhm.
Could you make like 5 to 10 like wooden stakes?
Cecilia nods with some approval. That'll be the best weapon you'll find.
Yeah, because then that won't hurt me, but it'll hurt them. You know.
Yeah, I mean, give me an hour.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Get me some sticks.
You got it. Okay, no runs.
Make them like small branches. Actually,
Gotcha. Okay, no runs.
okay.
So you
2
guys are gonna
platinum
need-
rings and 10
Luckily, I know if I got the window, I could get out the map. Yes.
I'm so glad I have my desk again.
Oh yeah, because it was a fishing tank.
And Cecilia seems to stand next to him and is just checking in on Gilded Gear. She could run out through the window. There you
Yeah,
go.
Oakenhill literally dove out the window.
There you go.
And we'll go get some sticks. He just runs into the woods and go get some like branches and stuff.
Absolutely. While you guys are moving around, you can hop to your next location you'd like to be. Would you two like to chat while you're sitting next to each other here?
I'm okay with it, as long as you are, Dima.
Sure.
I think Ferrandra's gonna reach beneath his bed and just pull out like a bottle of wine. And just be like, I think I got this like the first day we showed up here, and I just haven't used it. I figured you might want to share a glass.
You're gonna let them
Isandra
roleplay.
is currently writing in a journal. He like looks up, pauses, holding a quill, like slide it behind his ear. Do you not drink? I mean, if you wanted this year, we could.
Yeah, I don't drink as much, but I figure we've had a long week.
Perhaps a bit of an understatement, but yes, we've had a long week.
And I don't know if we have glasses, but if anything, he'll just share the bottle between Isandra and himself. And then I'll say, no, please continue.
What was it like to be back in Dacia?
It was bizarre. I didn't think I would like it there. I only have bad memories of the place. Well, only had bad memories of the place up until now. But I don't know, it's quite nice. There's a culture there that I missed. It was nice to have that again. It was also just nice to help people, I think. Haven't done that in Dacia till now. That's one of the places I wanted to help the most, so win-win.
Good. I'm glad that we are able to help you, realize that.
Yeah. Why do you ask?
Oh, I was just curious.
I don't mean to pry. So,
You say that right before you're about to pry.
it's true, but you don't have to answer if you don't want to.
Oh, please.
I can tell you are not entirely inclined to go to the duchy. And I suppose curiosity wants me to ask why. I'm not gonna pry into your personal business, though. Unless you want to share. More inclined... I don't know.
There's...
If you don't want to go... Yeah, continue, please.
No, please, I mean, speak in as plain as terms as you feel you must. I don't really mind. We've known each other for a bit too long, gone through too many near-death situations for you to dance on your words like this, Frondra.
Look, I can tell you're concerned. I can tell you don't want to go there. And I want you to know that I felt the same way about Dacia. And we went. And I was able to ride it out because, you and everyone else was there. But if you don't want to go to the duchy, we might be able to make do elsewhere. I would rather us go, but I'm not going to force you to come with us.
And Isandra will pull the quill from behind his ear and he'll set it inside of his book. He'll clasp it shut and set it to the side. It is more a matter of what happened to me when I lived there. I still have a living family member that I supposedly haven't talked about before. I don't know where she is. I hope she's doing well, but what's more, it's hard to express, but I don't want to meet my maker in the less metaphorical sense.
Alright.
It's a horror that is difficult to express. Especially to somebody who hasn't had that experience.
Well, it is real different, but I feel like of most people, I might understand a little bit later, given the nature of my maker. I've met him. He's a real piece of shit. You've met him too.
I also, this is a bit more personal, not the whole maker business. I mean, vampirism is whatever at this point, but I imagine that if we do go back, there'll be someone to go visit my home, or see people that were surrounding my home and hometown, and I'm worried about what secrets might be uncovered there, which you lot might learn of me, and I think perhaps one of my greater fears is that you lot will see me as I see myself.
Did I ever tell you about what I did before Mana Black?
In passing, mostly.
I haven't really gone into much detail about it for similar reasons. I I killed people. Very innocent people. Didn't really deserve it. And, I tried using the excuse of I had to for money, a home, stuff like that for a while. That stopped working when, well, to put it bluntly, I actually started liking it. and I only stopped liking it once I got here and met y'all. But that part of me is still there, and I still think about those lives that I took for a kick. I can at least promise you, whatever secrets we're gonna find out about you there, it's not gonna change the way I feel about you.
Jax.
Right, but there is no way that I can assure that that will not be the case with everybody. I've worked really hard to build a sense of identity around you lot, who I am and what I am, and there is nothing more intensely saddening than the terror of losing that identity.
Jax. You were coming back downstairs, passing along
Yep.
this specific hall. You've heard the last 30 seconds or so.
I get it. Well, thankfully, with your vampirism, if you remember, I remember when you told me about it. I feel this is a pretty similar scenario. I can promise you, no matter what we find out, I know who I'm friends with, and I know who I share a last name with. Nothing's gonna change that about you. And I will be there just to make sure it goes alright. I don't think they will, for the record, but if everyone else leaves, I can promise you I'm not going anywhere.
I appreciate that. I'm just going to go elsewhere. I need some time alone. So thank you, Frandra. And then
Of course. If you want the bedroom to yourself, I can go. I gotta talk to people.
oh no, it's alright. And then
All right.
whatever you gotta do, Zach.
Certainly. O'Neil, you head back upstairs and pass them to
Yep.
Gilded Gear. Oh.
Yep.
Start
Yeah,
sharp. He literally pulls out a knife and starts sharpening them.
Appreciate it, bud. I really do. And then he'll go rush and try and catch up with Jax, go talk to Sosima.
Sure. You can come in here. Just slowly move your token back. You'll get here first for sure, Jax. As you open the door, Sosimo has a number of vials, one of which is filled with that blackened blood.
She would knock on the door frame before rounding the corner.
And to look
Hey.
around. Hey. Hi. Welcome back, Jax. Jax. And you can tell when he looks at you, he is searching for something.
Are you aware of? So he's, as Mundus is trying to replace Art. I don't know if you've been told that yet, but that's his long-term goal. Or, I guess at this point, short-term.
Well, I know that now. What does a sorcerer think they can do against a god? But I suppose if you're worried about it, we'd better stop it, huh?
We were invited to I forget the god's name. We were invited to meet with the gods, and they confirmed it, and are basically relying on us now.
I had a dream that went similarly. Terrifying dream.
Oi, Sosimo.
Hello. O'Neil.
Hello.
I've been told I need to administer the blackened blood to you.
Oh yeah, oh wait, what was that? What's a blackened blood?
It's what makes you a Colseer Knight.
Oh, I just assumed my werewolf stuff did that.
Ah. No, this is a direct tie to Ard, the blood of Ard.
Oh,
Not
that
really.
sounds something. Okay. Sure. What does it do? Is it just like a drink?
It requires an oath.
Oh. See, I've broken that once before. I'm assuming. I didn't willingly break it, but I still broke it. Oh. What kind of oath?
Here. It goes like this. Zach frantically flips to the document.
Yeah, I've got the document up, don't worry.
You'll have to say, I pledge my life in penance to my wrongdoings. I take the chains of Ard willingly, and will use the power to hunt the creatures of the night. I shall end, and then you must choose one such creature of the night between the undead, the forgotten, the deep things, and the swamp smiths.
Whoa. Well, the undead would make the most sense.
Many of your allies have chosen such a thing.
That's what we're dealing with the most, you know? Even like the main one we're dealing with. Why is his name left my... We're dealing with a lot of undead.
Yes. Though, I might say, something as old and as dangerous as Azamundus, I imagine might apply to every one of these oaths.
That's true. But we're also going to deal with vampires.
Yes.
Oh.
I suggest you choose whichever one speaks most to you, because it will last longer than this.
How long does it last?
Until you die.
Okay, so it's what, 200-ish years?
Sosimo doesn't nod. He does a little like, a little raise of his shoulders.
I'm like 140. I think it's around 350.
We're very
Something like
old.
that. Oh yeah, furbolgs live for a long time. We're like descendant of giants.
I've also been told that I am to help you commune with your weapon.
Oh, you have. I thought. Okay, now
Or, if you would prefer, I am to purge it
Why would I want that?
so that it might be blessed.
Oh, can it not be blessed while she's in there?
Not from what I saw, no.
What do you mean? What you saw?
And he's gonna take a look right towards Jax. Looks a little nervous.
What did you see?
I was shown what it was that I would need to work with. Among other things, I was in Egridos. I've never been to Egridos. And again, he looks to you, Jax.
Oh.
The blade you wield, Okanil, is a demon.
Yeah, I heard that. That's what the magic lady told me.
It is a very powerful demon that has been sealed in the form of a weapon.
Oh,
It's, I can help you come to a greater understanding with it if you would like.
uh-huh.
Or we can gather everyone and purge it.
And if we do the purging, do we have to kill the demon?
He nods.
Ooh. Can we do the understanding and then decide about the purging?
You can certainly try.
That doesn't sound convincing.
But in either case, you'll need the blackened blood first.
I was going to say we might as well get that out the way.
How good are you with pain?
Pretty good. My whole body shifts and morphs every time I turn into a werewolf, so you know, everything changes.
You know,
Jax is gonna close the door.
I also have I also have the constant wound in my chest that causes my situation.
oh good, then maybe we'll just give you this. And he hands you a bit of leather.
Yeah. Oh, I gotcha. And he puts it between his mouth.
Jax,
Wait,
could you
it's
hold
between
him
his blood.
still? I can do it if you'd want.
Oh yeah, I can hold him.
And he places the little vial with this pure dark, like black liquid, kind of attaches it to a syringe. And squirts it just a tiny bit, and this ooze comes out the top and starts to drip down.
Yeah. When do I say the whole thing?
Now would be a good time.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, you gotta say, I pledge my life in penance of my wrongdoings. I take the chains of Ord willingly, and will use my powers to hunt the creatures of the night. I shall end the undead. And
Then
puts it out of his
he
mouth.
sticks the syringe into your arm, presses, and it feels weird and numb. And then your arm begins to hurt, like it's cramping all through it. And you can make me a con save, because you might actually be able to get through this, actually. I don't think anyone else made it through this. They were all level 3.
Con save, I get +5. It's not right on
Oh,
there,
and
but
then
it's
of course there was Isandro, which Sosimo cast a 3rd level sleep on.
I will use my advantage.
Certainly.
Yeah, +5 to that, so it would
will
be
do
24.
it. Yeah, that'll do it. We were looking for a 20 on this.
Wonderful.
You grit through the pain, and eventually your arm goes a little numb, and you can see your veins have this blackish hue to them that is going to very, very slowly over the course of the next day or two run through the rest of your body.
Oh, okay. Well, jeez.
The modern methods are so much better.
Wow, that was something.
You're still
And this will
awake. It's an achievement.
And this will help me deal with undead?
More than you know. Ask your friends about it.
Oh.
You know how they can drain your life force?
Yeah.
This will stop
sure.
it.
Oh wow. That's quite a lot. Especially with vamp. Oh, that's big. Is there anything else that I can do to help me protect them more? It looks like jacks and stuff.
And he looks back. And he comes over to you. You can let it go now.
Oh yeah, Chris. My
Thanks
bad.
for the hug, bud. Thanks for the hug, bud.
And he'll lead you over to his open book next to his various pointy implements and a heart and a teddy bear, and there's some blood on the ground again. It looks to be fresh. Take a read through this. These are the known penance I can help you apply. I will give you any one, seeing as you have done so much already. Normally we make hunters wait a time. Jax here took a penance.
That's why you can't sleep.
Indeed.
Yeah.
That makes more sense now. I didn't know why, I'll be honest with you. It kind of just sounded a little creepy, but awesome at the same time.
It helps me. I have a chance to just get back up after things.
That's pretty good.
Which reminds me,
Did any of the others take any more penances?
the others have deemed not to. They are all somewhat gruesome. They can be difficult to take on. he pulls out a vial of what appears to be holy oil, and he passes it to you, Jax. From me to you.
What is it?
Place it upon your arms, your forehead, wherever feels right, I suppose. The day you wish to use your powers at their strongest, and it will enhance the power of your penance.
Alright. Thank you.
Nods. Very few understand what I mean when I say I've never been to Agrados.
I didn't.
Have you seen these penances on anyone else before?
I have applied them to many. The priests on the Isle of Ard take some of the minor ones. Silence is a common penance on the island.
That makes sense, yeah.
And he'll start to flip through the book with you. If you want to flip through it yourself, you may.
Yeah, I've got it all up now. What about this burning one?
It's quite painful, I'm told.
I already set things alight with my blood.
Then it might apply similarly. You'd have to control it.
Have you seen it on anyone else before?
I have, on one person. They were a hunter out west. I believe they died.
What, trying to take the penance, or?
No.
Okay. And then this is an important question here. Could they still touch plants?
Yes, though you might not want to touch them for terribly long.
But you could still, like, touch... What do you mean?
You will be in control of it to some degree.
Okay, good. I think I would rather die than never be able to touch a plant again, you know? I don't know.
Think about it for some time.
Yeah, I think so.
And
I'll give it a little bit of thought.
Then I have some questions. I actually have a burning question I wish to ask you, Jax.
Oh, yes, of course.
What does Ard look like?
He sits at a table with his legs chained. He looked, for lack of a better term, average, in a way. I don't know how to explain it fully.
It's alright, that puts me at some ease. And I'll jump elsewhere.
Yeah, okay, I'll just start walking around. Probably go to his garden for a bit, so yeah.
Lysandra's hanging out on the back porch with Smidgens.
Kibby.
Demon.
I just told everyone else.
Isandra's just making notes, trying to drum up what he can recall from the names that Darius had listed.
Names that would have been around. Names of people who, at about the time of, a little bit before, actually, would have been a couple years before your attack, had become more reclusive. All of them in some way directly connected to the Viscardi family. It looks like Farandra's chilling.
Yeah, I told everyone I was going to talk to him tomorrow, so...
Gotcha.
He's just waiting. He's waiting for tomorrow, basically.
And perhaps we let people get through the rest of their day. You can come out to the back and you can see these two are just kind of enjoying the garden, which is starting to bloom.
Yeah, Oginil takes off like his his armor and stuff, and we'll just start maintaining the garden. Partway through, he'll probably see if they want to help. If not, he just carries on with the garden work.
Yeah, and they do.
Yeah.
And they start asking, what different ones are called and whatnot.
Oakenhill gets so excited and explains everything.
Sorry.
And with that, I think we will bring your first day to an end. We can come to another day. Breakfast is served. There's no boon, but breakfast is served nonetheless. By Toulouse today.
This is great, Toulouse.
Yeah, it's fine. Certainly better than it is bad.
It's no boon food though.
You hear some kind of whooshing in the night before, if you are keen of hearing.
Yeah.
Coming from below the manor.
Oh.
Did anyone hear like a wind in the basement last night?
Oh, yeah, that was Bailiff opening up a portal to the Path Green.
The Path Green?
Yeah.
I used to be a knight of the Path Green. That's cool. That's a lot to just randomly open a portal to there.
Well, he was gonna
Yes.
open one to the fire flame, and I told him not to.
He knows his house is made of. He knows the house is made of wood, right?
Why a powerful
what
mage
I
is
thought.
always so eccentric.
So that does remind me, Oakenhill. I do have some things that I've wanted to give you, but I've just been unsure when would
Oh.
be the right time to do it.
What have you got?
Minisandra, don't look at me like that, Oakenhill.
He looks really excited. His ears are peaked up when he's happy. What you got?
This probably will not be a happy thing, Oakenhill. I do apologize.
It is droop a little bit.
But Isandra will pull out the little token that he had gotten from Rubus in that fight.
Oh.
You look at the token, Oakenhill, and you recognize it almost immediately.
What is it?
It is a symbol of membership in the Knights of the Path Green that has been... Did I tell you how this one was marked? Dimitri?
I don't have it in my
Okay,
notes.
then that's fine.
unfortunately.
I'll roll with what I remember then, what I was about to say.
Okay.
It has
It's been
been
a
marked
while.
up in a way that you haven't seen in a very long time, and it kind of clicks as you see it that one of the people you trained with would mark their token like this.
Oakenhill's
One of the
is
people
droop.
who convinced you that you should move on to try and help more people. Now I gotta find
Okay.
Rubus's actual name.
You told us it. I can't remember what it was because he found it out. Oakenhill eventually recognized him, but I can't remember what the name was. You definitely told us it at some point. Oakenhill's is just droop. He's like, oh, thanks. And he'll take it.
I'm not really sure how it works or has worked in the past, but I know that we have broken one and we are able to ask it one question.
Wait, what?
The soul that is contained within.
You captured his soul?
Not his soul specifically, but perhaps a part of it. I have a thing with being around the dead, Oakenhill.
Can I just keep it for now?
Sure, I mean, more than alright, but if you'd ever like to break it, you're most welcome to come seek me out.
Gotcha. I'll keep note of that. Thank you.
Of course.
Oakenhill just holds it, probably just stares at it for a while.
Cecilia doesn't come down this morning. Seems like she's sleeping in. There's the sound of hoof prints stamping into the dirt outside.
What now? We go have a look.
And then another set. And you catch, Jack, since you were pretty fast there, catch out the window, you see a spectral steed stamping away at an incredible pace, because they are ridiculously fast.
Don't I fucking know it, Zach?
They have 100 movement speed.
You're a ridiculous piece of shit. I have no personal gripe against them whatsoever. No personal gripe whatsoever.
And on your front porch, there has been left a letter.
I'm not reading it. That's too spooky for me.
I'll pick it up.
It's stamped with just a simple wax seal, no adornment. And it says... To my long-lost brother.
Yeah, I will take...
And
Can you like whispers for only one of us has like siblings, right?
Well, I mean, who do you think it's to?
No, I'm just checking. I'm just.
Hey, some mail was dropped off by spectral steeds for you.
Oh.
And then I will hand the sealed letter over.
Thank you.
Yeah. Of course.
Does Isandra recognize the wax seal?
Yes. Yes, you do. It is probably a tool you once used. The very same symbol.
Thank you. Isandra will break the seal and will proceed to read the letter.
Darius leans forwards and motions across the map and says, I also have a personal knowledge of a number of places if you have questions about any of the specific ones. Let me put that map out there again. While Sandra reads.
While you read that, Isandra and you to it. I got a question for you guys. So my axe has a demon in it. Yeah. Do I get rid of it or do I become friends with it?
I mean,
If
that's entirely up to you, bud.
it's kind of not, because if we get rid of it, we all have to kill it. So
I mean, I'm good with killing a demon.
what if I become friends with it? And then
Then we don't
I
have to
like-
kill it.
Yeah, but then
I like your idea of trying to become friends with it, and then if we can't become friends with it, then kill it.
What about,
Yeah, we can do that.
Don't like demons like mess with your soul and stuff. That's what my grandpa told me. And I kind of
Don't
like.
make
I know
a deal with it that grants it your soul. Also, don't let it kill you.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, try friendship. If not, plan B. Gotcha.
If you want, I could draw a magic circle for you.
That might be appreciated.
At the very least, it would mean that if it did break free in some way, it would find it very difficult to break out of the circle.
Yeah, that'd be useful.
Yeah.
This is how you do small talk, right? While we can time, right? That's how this works.
No, even
Oh.
I know that.
Oh, shoot.
Hmm. Well, I don't know. They give me a new opportunity to practice some of my newer magics. Did you know I can get wings now? That's fun.
You can get wings. Do you know I
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it
you,
right now.
you know I naturally heal when I get really hurt now.
Oh, that's pretty good.
You all are
Yeah.
terrifyingly powerful.
Second question. Whilst we keep killing time, should I take a penance so my skin constantly burns?
That sounds horrifying.
For what purpose?
It makes me more powerful, so I can help people. More protecting you, so you don't die again. Well, not just you, but all of you. My job is like, I take the damage so other people don't. Metaphorical punching bag to a certain degree. And I could do more damage if I had it. I already set my weapons on fire. Like my blood is already on fire to a certain degree with my my blood magic. You've seen me do it before, right? I do it like every battle. Are you just slowly nodding just for effect?
Yeah.
I set my weapons on fire with my blood. It's like a standard thing I've done since you met me. So I feel like it would just be a further progression of that. Yeah. I really need to learn how to do small talk, don't I? Yeah, I thought so.
Suppose you could. I don't know what would be required. I won't be able to bring any of the undead along with us unless we're wandering. Which means I will be significantly weaker while we're there.
Okay, no, just keeps quiet now that he's said everything that isn't small talk and very important decisions.
Fine, we'll just kind of keep glancing over at Isandra across the table.
Zach, is that blood on the letter?
No, that's supposed to be the edge of a
Okay.
wax.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Maybe it is.
I'll kill you dead.
Love you too.
After reading through the letter, it's very difficult to judge Isandra's emotions. But his brows will furrow, and he will fold up the letter, as he does with most anything, and he'll slide it into his vest pocket, and he's just gonna stare at his lap.
You need to talk with her, but we all understand, I assume. Yep.
Not really quite sure what you mean.
Gotcha.
A moment of silence. Darius coughs.
Are these hash browns homemade? These?
What do you mean? Where would he have gotten them from?
I don't know. We could have bought them.
Yes, they're. I made them myself.
Impressive.
Thank you. I'm not much of a chef, but I've learned a few things in my time.
It tastes good.
Good.
I'm going to go make some tea.
All right.
Do you leave the cat?
Oh, yeah, I do. I don't want to keep targeting smidgens. Help me!
House Magens. Did you know that if I find an agate, I can actually make you sentient?
He's already sentient. Watch it. Oh, can he activate his amulet?
No, but I can let him talk. That'd be
Oh, I can-
fucked, wouldn't it?
I can talk to him. Don't worry. Oh, can he activate his amulet to cast Speak with Animals?
Absolutely. Smidgens
Hello,
is now walking across the table slowly, noticing something in the distance nobody else has.
Hello, vile demon.
I turn to look to you. Oh, it has remembered how to speak.
It has a name.
Keeps moving.
I could eat you for breakfast.
Yes, but you will feed me breakfast, won't you?
I would rather die.
We can arrange that. It turns around.
Fucking watch it, okay?
John just messaged me and said that he won't make it
That's fair.
definitively.
I will get a bucket of water and I will throw it on you.
Smidgens hisses at Oakeneel.
Oakeneel growls at him and
Damn.
then Oakeneel growls at the cat and then leaves her in.
What did you say?
That cat is an asshole, okay? He calls me it. He said that,
Yeah, and you're calling him that cat.
Yeah.
I don't.
yeah, I am, okay? Because he said he could plan my death. So
The eternal rivalry.
he said my death could be arranged, okay? I don't like the cat. I'm gonna talk to the dimmy.
Absolutely.
I like that idea.
You know what time it is? It's a new day!
Oh no.
Fronter's also gonna go. He's gonna try and talk to Bailiff, but he's gonna go find Gilded Gear as well. So he'll probably be a minute.
Sure, let's start with Bailiff, and then I'll hop over to the lake, and then we can check in on Isandra, and then we'll go to Gilded Gear. Bailiff looks
Howdy.
over. Yes, you, right, you had wanted to talk about something. Sorry. The test was a
Yeah.
success, by the way.
I know. Genuinely, okay, look, I'm being cheeky with you. Genuinely impressive. I think it's wonderful.
Thank you. It was quite something. It was very useful. I might have to rent out
Yeah.
your basement.
For how? That's not what I came to talk to you about. All right. I wanted to ask, do you? And this is going to be a wild question. This is not a threat in any way.
No, very well.
If someone was to kill you or get to the point in which you were about to die, do you have something that would prevent that from happening, or perhaps
Yes.
react upon that happening?
Yes, not certainly, but I have a contingency prepared on myself.
All right.
My preferred contingency is a blink contingency, which might shunt you into the ethereal plane for a short time.
What? How do you go about getting something like that?
Ah. Well, you just need the right components and someone who can cast the spell. Or are you looking to have a contingency prepared?
I've been thinking a lot about Azamundus, and you know how we are gonna have to kill him. More and more I think about it, less and less I feel like all of us are gonna make it out of that alive. I don't necessarily know if I'm wanting to find a way to keep me alive per se, but more or less something to make sure he dies if I'm gone.
Oh. I mean, technically, you can prepare an offensive contingency. Defensive contingencies are far more effective, though, my friend.
I'll keep that in mind. I actually have an idea for what I might want to do, but I want to talk to Gilded Gear about it. If you don't mind joining me for that.
All right, sure. He'll stand up. Let's head up then. Gilded Gear's not bad. His mastery of the arcane arts is, leaves a lot wanting, but is quite inventive.
That's exactly what I need.
And I will drag you both upstairs. Where the fuck is the bailiff? There he is.
That's alright, I can do it. I can track myself there.
Oh, thanks.
I just open the window and then go through the window.
Yeah, I'll stuff you guys inside, and we'll hop over to the lake. Lake, quote unquote. It's a pond.
You
Where
think it could be? Oh, sorry.
blue light of the Dimine is swirling around inside. It looks like any wildlife that had started to take shape inside the pond has been eaten.
Yeah, that checks out. Do you think I could talk to him now? With me being able to speak to animals right now? Hey, Dimine.
Would that work on the Dimine? No. The Dimine is
I could
technically a monstrosity.
Oh, guess not. Okay, Jax, how do we want to do this? Dunk our heads?
That is the. I don't think we should dunk our heads because then we might lose balance and fall into the lake.
What about if one of us dunks our head and the other one holds the other one?
Yeah, that should probably work. So, if you dunk your head in, I will hold you and pull you back. As soon as I feel your body go limp, I guess?
That sounds good to me.
You see an orb of blue light floating towards you, Oakenheel, under the water.
Oakenheel dunks his head when he sees the orb into the orb.
And the orb begins to mutter to you.
Yeah.
I assume you want to fail the save?
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah.
Alright. Oakenheel goes out like a light.
I drag him onto the land.
Oakenheel is over 7 feet tall and is quite a chunky boy, but...
Jax is relatively strong, luckily.
Okay, good.
And... Oakenheel, just roll me a d10.
Gotcha.
1.
That can't be bad. That can't be bad, right? That can't be bad.
I gotta reference a sheet. I don't remember what that
Oh,
was.
that's a good sign. That's a good sign.
There it is. No, I need this document. That's
All of a
oddly
sudden-
relevant.
I'm all of a sudden nervous.
Bima. Could you please describe to me what Etiennette might look like while sitting at the side of a table penning various letters?
Etiennette is a woman in her early 30s. Her hair is dark brown and curly, and her eyes are a soft blue. Her features are very similar to that of Isandra's, though her features do seem a bit softer. Perhaps because she's definitely had a fuller stomach and more money to have adequate meals. She seems bothered by some of the letters, by some of the contents, especially if she's trying to struggle through reading them. Literacy, perhaps, something that was hard for her to come by.
Absolutely. And you will see this person penning another letter. She's frowning a little bit. Someone drops a sack of coins on the table that clatters and jangles. And then leans in very, very close, obviously very familiar with them, and kisses them on the forehead. And you can't quite see them from your perspective. But you do hear what they say. And they say, "Today we're expected to ride south. Will you come with me today?" And she looks up and smiles and says, "Of course. I will come, let me finish this letter and pack my things." And that is what you see.
The only question, can I... This is probably both Zach and Dima. Can I tell that it's Isandra's sibling? Could I tell there's some relation?
I mean, they look related, but whether you make the connection is up to you. There's nothing said about Lagarde or anything in the scene, so you know.
Yeah, I just don't know, with just having the letter and stuff, maybe. I've got an idea. Oh, good.
If you're wondering now that this is probably the last one we will do, how I've done this is for each following section, I go back to my notes and look at different plot points, and based on what you roll, I pick one.
Amazing.
So lower rolls are earlier in, and later rolls are later in.
So that was very... okay. That was very early. Interesting. Okay,
And then you'll wake up with Jax pulling your head so Jax as you held up.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Yeah, of course.
Ooh.
You
Wow.
still have smidgens. There you go.
I just... Stop.
Comfort kitty. I get it. I'm petting my cat right now and he hates me.
That's something I'm sensitive about, Zach.
I've untargeted smidgens for you.
Thank God.
Targeting smidgen.
If you two want to chat, of course, don't let me stop you if you want to.
That was not as terrifying as all the other ones.
Okay, well,
Saw like a person writing a letter.
okay.
And then they got kissed on the forehead and got asked to write south. No. They looked familiar though. I'm not sure. Look kind of familiar.
Strange. Very strange.
Hmm.
Is it somebody you knew back from the Sirwood, maybe?
No, definitely not. Nope. They had no fur.
Okay.
That it's not from the sun.
Okay.
They were human. A woman. They like young-ish. I don't know if it's youngish. I don't know how you guys do age, because you guys don't live for long.
Mhm.
Oh my God, they look familiar and I can't think why. They like had dark brown hair, blue eyes, pale. I'm not sure. They seem familiar. Why? My brain will eventually click. Eventually will get it. Takes time.
Let's see if any of the others have any idea.
That's
I'm
good.
not sure.
Good idea. Good idea. Good idea. It said something about right. Yeah.
You come back in with your tea, Sandra, and you guys can come in whenever you'd like here, of course. But Darius has flipped open a book where it appears he has been writing incredibly detailed notes about different secret passageways in the castle that he knows about, as well as where specific people's rooms would be. You particularly note a quadruple circled note that says La Duca's room.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Yes, please, actually. I'm sure I've missed something here.
Hmm?
So, castle's very old. There's different things all about it. Traps, passageways. I do for certain remember where the laboratory was, though. Same floor as all the other important things.
I thank you for getting together this list. I am and also some information. Do you think that if we do enough planning that we could do it, that we could? And you will trail off.
I'm certain with enough planning that we can get in and get out. I think it's possible on the rest of it, though. I don't... When you first talked to me about it, and he slams the book closed, not meaningfully, it's just sort of a big tome.
Mm-hmm.
I had written you off as dead. But you all have done a lot. And you've grown from people I thought were not a threat to me when we initially met, to people who dwarf my achievements.
So the long and short of that is possibly.
He nods. With planning.
I need to learn a lot more about not only myself, but of course, what comprises a vampire. I know that I have my own little bits of discomfort around certain things, but having a more definitive answer will probably do me far better than my musings and inferences.
I don't know if there's anywhere to find such a thing, it would be here. They say it all started when La Duca went to the mausoleum to grab something from it. But that was a long time ago now, and it's just whisperings.
Perhaps something we could pick up on. But you are coming with us, yes, Darius?
Yes, I'm going to come with you. If possible, I'd like to immediately find the first abandoned graveyard or burned down village and get to work.
I'm sure he can make that happen. Okay, anyway, do you have a bucket of water?
No reason. He just says the cat. No reason at all.
Smidgen gives him a glare.
How long
bares
does
their
speak with
teeth a
animals?
bit.
How long does speak with animals last?
Like an hour.
Is it still going?
Yeah.
I warned you.
He just kind of hisses and says, "You wouldn't dare."
Try me.
I will get my most loyal guard to dispatch you if you do.
And
I
he
look
said,
up to Isandra right after saying that and meow.
Isandra is pouring himself a cup of tea nonchalantly and mashing sugar cubes into the bottom.
Apparently you're their most loyal guard, Sandra.
Well, I'll take that. I love cats. She likes scratch.
They seem very happy just sitting there being scritched.
You mind just leaving the cat alone for a minute?
No.
Okay, he'll puts the water to the side for a second. Then I'll save it for later.
I'm gonna hop upstairs so we can get Ferandra to come join in on table discussion. Gilded Gear is sitting at his desk, looking over different diagrams. Looks like he's made them himself.
Evening, Gilded Gear.
Hey, Ferandra. Oh, Bailiff. I get to work with a world-class wizard again, huh? What makes you think that? I don't know what could possibly make you think that. He looks back to you, Ferandra.
Ferandra holds back the urge to say thank you, and compliment himself. And he says, well, something, I don't want to repeat words for you, Bailiff. Looking to kill Asmundus, fearful it might not result in the easiest way. Want to make sure I have a contingency in place to make sure it does happen.
Oh, like a shield or
I had an idea.
maybe a timed potion release? I could get you a heart monitor.
Everything that you just said I can do with magic. But there's something that you can do that I can't, and I have an idea.
Okay,
Bailiff,
well now
I
you've got
brought
my
you here.
attention. He leans forwards.
I brought you here to see if this was even possible. You know more about this than I do. We did some stuff in Dacia, and I ended up getting myself a staff of power. I don't know if you're aware of what that does, Gilded Gear. I imagine you do, Bailiff.
Bailiff nods. Very powerful staff.
I wonder where it gets the name. Anyways, one of the side effects of that thing, though, is that whenever it breaks, it releases a shockwave of energy that destroys pretty much anything in its wake. And I thought a lot about how to harness that in some meaningful way that doesn't directly result in me having to kill myself to make sure that he stays dead.
Oh.
You make homunculus, don't you?
He nods. That's my specialty. That's what my research has been focused on.
Do you think it would be possible to put the power of the staff inside of a homunculus?
He thinks for a moment. It might require a little bit of work, but theoretically, yes.
All right. My intention is to create... I don't necessarily know if I want it to be me, but for simplicity's sake right now, let's say that it is just a version of me that can do what that staff does in every way, and if it dies, well... And he does like a explosion motion with his hands.
Gilgear scratches his head and says, I've never attempted something quite so large. And Bailiff will say, Now I could make sure that it was contained properly and we could perform a joint ritual between the three of us. And I could handle, say, 4 of the 7 parts and leave the other 3 to you two.
I think that could be done. I know the contingency spell itself actually needs some components. If I remember correctly, our dear friend Thrashia downstairs happens to have one of them.
Oh, she does. Well, you'll need to make sure it's recarved to look like you, but it'll work.
Thankfully, 3 of my 5 party members have a tendency to just carve things at random, so I think I should be able to get that done.
Great, get them to do that. What else will I need? I can collect components. I have all the components for homunculi. Here. He motions around. They might... He looks at you. They might be a little off color. That's okay. I'll need a bit of you as well. Say 3 inches of you about.
Like hair, or do you need like my fucking finger?
It doesn't really matter. Ideally, don't cut off your finger. Use something that'll grow back.
Oh, alright. And Ferandra will kind of grab his hair like he's gonna put it in like a ponytail. And then once he just kind of like estimates like 3 to 4 inches, and he will just pull out his sword and just cut off most of his hair.
Perfect. Just leave that right there.
Set it on the table.
Shoot, I don't have a big enough vat, do I? I'm gonna need a cauldron. Okay, I'm going into town today. I'll be back with the materials.
Wonderful.
And the rest of you might see Gilded Gear head out and leave out the front door.
Where you? Oh, dang it! I wanted to go with.
I just had Twink going.
I'm gonna go.
Sunder says as he's like muting it behind a sip of tea.
How can he like mutters him to himself? What does that mean? But he just doesn't say it loud.
You've now seeded for O'Neil to ask what a twink is later.
Yep, it's that. The seed has been planted.
I'll start drafting up a ritual. I'll probably have you both do the less dangerous parts, just in case.
Appreciated.
I'm not quite good enough to handle it all on my own. There's only one person who ever did that. Freak.
I gotta hear about that later. And then he will actually jump out the window. Slide down.
Some skidding across the roof, and then Frondra. You can come join the group.
Hey.
Oh,
Second that cat's alone. Oh yeah. Me and Jax went to the Dimini pond. I had another vision. It doesn't really make sense to me. I saw. So Jax held me. Because we're in a pond now, so we can't just smush our face against it and just collapse. So I saw like a person. I think they were youngish, but not like too young. Like, how do your years work? Like 30s, something like that, maybe 40s. I don't know. You guys age weird. They had like curly brown hair, curly like dark brown hair, blue eyes. They were kind of pale. Human. They were writing a letter of some sort. And they said something about someone kissed their forehead and asked them to go south. And they looked familiar, and I don't know why.
Make me an insight
Wait.
check, O'Neil.
Yeah. O'Neil's like clicking.
Considering the person they look like is now sitting across from you.
O'Neil's like, wait, oh, yeah, I was still doing inside check, but O'Neil I think clicks.
Okay, if you think it clicks, then just do it. You don't need to make the check.
Isandra.
Mm-hmm.
They looked familiar to me, and I didn't click at first. How to put this in a nice way?
Bailiff is a stinky
No,
old
that's not a
lizard.
nice way.
It's true.
Okay, we've nearly died together. Just
They look
spit it out.
They look like you want a better diet.
Okay, first off, we didn't need to comment on my diet.
I told you it
It's
wasn't
just
nice.
like mouth and cape, like.
You told
Darius
me to
is
say
very
it.
quietly. You have good enough hearing. You'll hear this, of course, Isandra, but he very quietly mutters, "It's not that bad, is it?"
Yeah.
So when you say that they look like me, or
Like they related to you.
human? Oh,
Yeah, they're human. Definitely human. Yeah. They're like... They look like you. They look like familiar, like, you know, like a sibling does.
if it's something that's happened or already will happen, I only have one living relative that I know of.
Are they your sister?
Yes, my older sister, Tianet.
And do they have brown hair and blue eyes and kind of pale?
Yes, she does.
I think I saw them.
Of course you did.
I saw them, they were writing a letter. Then a big stack of money was slammed on the table. A person kissed them on the forehead. Asked them said they were going to ride south. Asked if your sibling was going to join them. Your sister said yes. Just let me pack my things and finish this letter. And that was it.
I don't know if anybody that Tianet was courting before I left, but to be quite fair, she and I were cut off from each other for some time. But regardless, you said she's riding south?
Apparently so, but I don't know how recent it is because the visions have been kind of weird. So, I don't know.
Alright. Well, thank you for letting me know, Kinhiel.
Of course. As a reward, can I hold the cat?
If you do anything to smidgens, I'll break your fingers.
Okay, I won't hold the cat then.
Wise choice, Isandra says as he's going back to writing in his journal.
Technically, I regenerate now. Okinawa says that to himself. Anyway.
Is there anything you will need to grab in town before we go there? Even in Larking, supplies are often limited in the duchy.
Holy water.
Holy water.
Wait,
Don't you have a
is
priest?
that just some?
Yeah, that's a good point. Boone can make. Yep, good point. Yep. Oh, I need to get my stakes from Gilded Gear as well.
I should probably recon silvering our weapons.
Yeah, I can't do that.
That's a good idea. It's relatively
Right,
simple.
You could wear gloves, Okinhian.
But doesn't magical weapons do the same thing?
Silver has a particular property against the curse. You'll find even magical weapons won't work against a true vampire.
Yet.
I will be wearing gloves, so if you'd like to grab gloves, Okinhian, we totally can do that.
What about me?
I was wearing gloves.
Make you. What about if okay, yeah, sure. Just. I was gonna make friends with the whole demon thing, but if it's not gonna do anything, then what's the point? You know.
Making friends with a demon might actually still help.
You know, you can silver a magical weapon. It's just a process of plating silver onto the edge of it.
I will pretend that I knew that was a thing. You realize I grew up in a forest, right?
No, I didn't, but now I know.
I'd like to say it's glaringly apparent. Isandra says as he takes another sip of his tea.
Honestly, at this point, even I'll say fair.
Yeah. I imagine Gilded Gear could help, or our blacksmith friends in Newport could. I know that they like us quite a bit after we saved their hides.
That's a good idea. Do it yourselves. Get a blacksmith to do it. Whatever works. Gilded Gear seems like he's going to be busy for a while, so...
I get the list of the names that you had, Darius.
Yes, of the court as of my leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Zach checks notes.
I really just want the spelling, Zach.
Sure.
Thank you.
I'll get you all of those. I'll just put them in the chat here one at a time.
Well, I guess I gotta go make friends with the demon and potentially set my blood on fire.
Yeah. Just yell.
What?
I'm gonna choose to just ignore. I gotta go talk to Karuna before we go, but I imagine we'll all convene to get our weapons silvered at some point in the day or so.
I think I should probably make friends with the demon, then get it silvered. In case it changes it in any way, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go talk to Sosimo. O'Neil carries the bucket with him and stares at the cat, but keeps the bucket.
As Oakenhill passes, Isandra will wrap an arm around Smidgens and pull Smidgens closer.
When O'Neil talks to the cat, does O'Neil meow?
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing. O'Neil just says to the cat, one day.
Can you please stop meowing at me?
No, he says a cat.
Smidgens looks up and to Isandra says, meow, of course, first of all. But Oakenhill, as you're leaving, you understand. Keep an eye on that one.
I love the secret war now between Oakenhill and this fucking demon cat. Oakenhill just leaves.
That.
Oakenhill leaves the bucket outside the door for later. The second that cat's on its own, getting dunked.
We are beginning to run short on time, so I think I'm gonna zoom through anything else people want to do. over the downtime here, and then we'll do just a tiny bit at the start of next session to get everyone together. So, is there anything people would like to do?
I don't know whether to take the burning shit. Fuck.
If you want to decide for
Sleep
next
on.
time, you can. Yeah.
I slept on it for a whole week, Zach.
Well, now you got one more.
Just
You
searing
have fun
smite.
doing it. I'd say do it. That's why I did mine.
I just searing smite alone with Oaken Heal would be so
very
fucking
good.
cool. Oh. Yeah. We got to go. Yeah, Oaken Hill still wants to go talk to Sosman no matter what.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can go talk with Sosimo. Oop. You were saying?
I wanted Isandra to talk to Cecilia and see what she knew about killing vampires specifically.
Certainly. I'll give you a little brief version of it. You'll end up finding her up in her room. She has a number of books laid out, which seem to be regarding the duchy and vampires specifically, from her personal collection. Looks like she's done this once before. And this is the wrong document. This is also the wrong document. Yeah. And the advice she'll end up giving you is very simple. Sunlight, running water, a stake through the heart. These are your greatest weapons. Alongside knowing that killing them is not final, you must kill them in their place of rest, unless it is during the daytime, in broad sunlight. A coffin, most often, it's usually the place where they were meant to die. There are various tricks I could attempt to teach you, but most of it requires being rather reactive to them. They are faster than you. If you can, catching them while sleeping is very useful but very difficult. There are a few famous vampire hunters who are famous for staking a powerful vampire while they are at rest inside their place of rest. This will assure you that they are dead. In any case, during a fight, if you can lock them down and stake their heart, victory is assured. Doing that can be quite difficult, however. They are deadly creatures, especially those who have spent time active. I once killed a vampire, Clavicus the Vile. But that vampire had been holding parties inside a remote manor side for decades. At that point, they hadn't fought anyone. It was still a deadly fight.
Well, thank you for your insights, especially as you're going to the duchy. It will become incredibly useful.
Yes, I'm adding another 20 stakes to Gilded Gear's wood whittling today. I'll come there with you, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it. At the very least, I have my maker to get rid of, but
Yes.
something to the effect of wanting to get to the source of it all.
Splitting up for the different clues and different paths we need to take might be useful at first, and then we can come back together. Should it be we need to fight someone particularly dangerous?
Yes, someone exceptionally dangerous.
All back downstairs. Oakeneel, you approach Sosimo.
Oh, hi, Sosimo.
Oh, Yes.
We,
Have you thought about
right.
it?
So 2 things. First, we're gonna try and make friends with the demon.
All right.
First, and if that doesn't work, then Plan B will be trying to get rid of the demon.
All right.
Second. Oh God, it will help. It will help protect them. I'm gonna take the burning penance, I think.
All right. I'll prepare the ritual so that you can force your axe to commune with you.
Wonderful.
And we will speed along that process. As for the penance, I could apply it tonight so you can get used to it.
Sure. The sooner I can get
Right.
control of it, the better.
Good. One moment. Comes over to this table and lowers the spikes in the center so that it's flat. If you would lay down here.
Okay.
And he will strap you up, all of your limbs, and pull you tight. And come over with a number of different bowls and a dagger, and he says, "Again, you're good with pain. This will only take a few minutes."
If I shift into a werewolf, don't worry about it, okay?
And he will begin to carve various runes into your flesh.
Okay. Getting right in there, Jesus.
And once he finishes the last one, he splashes you with some holy oil and mutters a small prayer that you can't quite hear. And each of the runes will blaze to light, and cracking along your blackened veins will be this fiery aura. Through your skin, you can feel the heat inside you, and it does hurt, but again, Okanil of all people would be able to handle that.
Yeah. Okay. It's manageable.
It is bound to your blackened blood now.
Understood?
Go and test it out. Try not to burn down the forest.
Yeah, I did not want to do that one.
And he bows a little bit as you leave, muttering
Real
again
note.
another small prayer. But you can probably... I say you couldn't hear it. You could probably hear it. You have exceptional
Okay,
hearing.
okay, no, just nods.
Anything else anyone wants to do?
I have 2 things in very quick succession.
Mhm.
I'll get through.
Certainly. Let me check my
First we'll be
prep.
out here.
Oh, keep going. Sorry.
Oh, you're okay. I'm gonna walk up to Karuna and her sister, and gonna expand upon what I was talking to them yesterday, and basically just say, there's going to be a time in which we're gonna have to go and try and get rid of the person that did this to us, and I don't know if either of you are gonna go. I don't expect you to. But
I'll be
under
there.
that assumption, all right,
Says Karuna. She should.
if you're gonna be there, he'll walk up to you, to her. Did they say a name yet or no?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's nice. I had a plan. She quite took a liking to the plants in the garden here. We've decided on a name,
Oh,
Go on.
and it is Rose.
Rose. That is lovely.
Let's go.
Rose, you are probably gonna stay behind during all this, I'd wager. I put in a lot of work to make sure that I could reverse the things that were put on us, but I've only been able to do it to 3 people at this point, and there's much more that need to be done, but world's not gonna wait. Asmundus ain't gonna wait. I need to make sure someone else knows how to do this, so that when the time comes, we can still help the people that were hurt by this. Do you think you'd be able to learn?
She shakes her head around and tries to... She's like moving her hands around like she's trying to find a way to communicate an idea to you. And then she mimes holding a large book and writing in it.
He'll nod, and say, "Does that mean you want me to write it down for you? Get you a spell book? Practice?"
She nods.
All right. I'll see if I can get it to you before I go.
I'll
And I
make a few
appreciate you,
copies of
Rose.
it.
Thank you, Karuna.
We can have a few people know how to do it.
I appreciate that more than you know. Thank you. Now, if you need me, I'm gonna go harass Thrashia for a moment.
All right. Is there something someone else wanted to do? Or I hop over to Thrashia?
Jax would just go and get the rings from the Gilded Gear.
Absolutely. After Gilded Gear returns, he'll quickly pound out some platinum rings for you, unadorned, very simple. But he knows the spell you want it for, so he knows that they just have to connect to people.
Yep.
There you go.
Thank you. This will
Powerful
help
spell.
us keep everyone safe.
Yes, very. Taking more of the burden on yourself, I see.
I have the space too, luckily.
He nods. Yeah, I suppose you do. Worst case, I'll meet you at the Isle of Ard, yeah?
Worst case.
And you can grab those rings and head back down, or wherever you want to go. Anything else people want to do?
Okay, you'll just start testing out the fire stuff in the front of the house a little bit.
Absolutely.
Learn it a little bit.
With a few hours of practice, Open Heal, you'll learn how to summon each of the different effects from it.
Mhm.
And also notice that the effects of the flame shift with your emotional state.
Oh wow.
So when you are particularly emotional, you imagine you will lose some control over it.
Gotcha. Interesting.
But while you focus, you can get them to dim down to the point where you can barely tell they're there.
Yeah. Gotcha. Awesome. Am I good to add those spells to my list, or
Yeah, absolutely.
and I can use each of them once per long rest, right?
Indeed. I might have to set the DC for you because I believe that one had a specific DC. But I'll do that at the end of the session.
Gotcha.
Anything else? I can hop back to Thrashia, of course. I think I know exactly what you're gonna do.
Mm-hmm. You do.
And Thrashia looks to her left and tilts her head a bit as she does so, kind of lazily. Oh, isn't my
Hey.
silver-tongued friend?
Indeed. And you know what? I've come to ask a favor of you, Thrashia.
I guess I can comply.
You're already agreed. Perfect.
What do you need? An undead summoned,
You know that-
removed?
Why? You know that remember that time we beat your ass?
Yes, I remember that time.
Well, when that happened, we managed to find something on you, which we very graciously gave back. And I was wondering if I could borrow that lovely little statuette of yours.
She winces a bit. Oh, Boro. You'll give it back?
I'll get you a new one.
All right. Very painfully and slowly, she'll get you the little statuette of herself worth 1,500 gold.
I appreciate that very much, Thrashia.
I I could use that.
Thrashia, I was gonna be a real shithead to you and be very cheeky with you about this, but you have genuinely been so helpful that I do owe you one.
I'll remember that.
I know you will. I want you to know I regretted it the second it came out of my mouth, but I am nothing if not a man of my word.
All right, I guess 1,500 gold is worth a favor from one of you.
I
From
suppose
him.
so. And then he will immediately, holding the statue, turn the corner, see Jax, and go, "Oh, Jax, I need your help with something."
Oh. Yeah, what's up?
You see this little statue of Thrashia?
Uh-huh.
You think you can make it look like me?
I've never worked with metal before, but I can try.
That's all I ask. I appreciate it. I'll hand it over to Jax.
Yeah, she will take it and then try to think of a way to do this.
Luckily, you've been practicing for about a month now with woodworking. You can try and apply that to metalworking. It turns out you can chip and chisel away at it as well. So you won't have much problem with that.
Well, then she would work on that.
Yeah. I'll also give Jax. I don't know if they're going to roll it right now, but if they roll for it, I'll give them a bardic.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, right, I forgot about that. I'll get a survival roll from you, Jax.
Oh, yeah. And then your bardic's what, a D10?
D10.
So that's only a 36, you see.
Yeah.
It's only a 36.
Yeah, Jax, you find after working with it for several hours, you get a pretty decent looking Farandra statuette, right down to some separation in the hair.
Well,
You're worried, some of the fingernails aren't quite perfect. Segmentation in the fingers,
I don't know if I did very good, but here's this.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say Farandra looks at it and is like, Jax, what the fuck are you talking about? This is like one of the coolest things I've ever seen. He did the one that looked like Thrashia wasn't even this detailed.
Yeah, well, I couldn't forget, you can move in some very interesting ways, and so I wanted to make sure that I was able to represent your physicality in a proper form.
I mean, you did. Thank you, Jax. This is genuinely amazing.
The value of
Of
the
course.
statuette has gone up to 2,000 gold. If there's anything else anyone wants to cover today, we can hop over to that. I hear him.
Jax, you just see a flash of light every once in a while coming from Broken Hill. It's just carving away. But yeah, I'm all good.
I also would just like to say I'm gonna put a 3rd level Cure Wounds into the Ring of Spell Storing.
Absolutely. A 3rd level Cure Wounds is stored. Sosimo will begin drawing out intricate circles around the front here.
Broken Hill, once he sees him doing that, he'll stop practicing, just sit on the rock and just watch. Yeah.
And if there's any last things, I'll hop to that.
Just one last thing. It's just gonna be a quick little Ysandra thing.
Certainly.
Darius, I know that you're incredibly busy. I want to show that I trust you, or that I'm giving you my trust, even after everything, and I'd like your help, trying to, die for a little bit, but not truly die.
Oh,
There's a vision that I have received multiple times after I've nearly died. And it seems to be the same continuance, the same event.
I see. Visions tied to death.
I guess I'm actively dying, yes.
Has it been consistent?
The actions I have taken have been sequential. Like, I can take one action as I'm actively dying once, and then that action will still have bearing on the next time I see it. If that is what you're asking.
Yes, yes. Interesting. Normally it's nonsense. But yes, I can... That is something within my power. You will be to any observer, and indeed to your own body's sense, as close to death as you possibly could be. You will not die. There is one pained aspect about all of it, though. It does last a fitted amount of time.
And when you say fitted?
It would be approximately 3 hours. Might want to tell the others, because you will appear dead.
Sure, it won't be the first time, but yes, we can inform them. I appreciate this. It's mostly personal, but maybe it'll have some relevance as to what's to come.
Once you've experienced it all, I'll be curious to hear what it is you saw. Normally, visions at death are nonsense, just the sorting through of various sensations your body can't. For them to be sequential points to a more magical underlying cause.
And I appreciate your help in advance.
Let me know when you're ready.
Thank you.
I'll do one more last look around the table. And that is where we will end for today.
Awesome.
Very chill roleplay session.
Yeah.
Next one will be the finishing up of anything from this one, i.e. Okanil's axe, any extra items that were requested, the arrival of your items from Dashia.
Yeah. And Boone.
And Boone. And then we will send you all off to the Duchy.
The lovely, lovely holiday resort of the Duchy.
Yeah, it is spring now, to be fair.
Oh, lovely, lovely. I'm assuming tourism is booming.
I think the only tourists they get are called bay runners.
And probably monster hunters, but they probably die pretty quickly. Anyway.
No. They bring supplies from the outside world.
Oh.
Because it's really dangerous to run through the Bay of Thorns.
What's
So,
this?
it's either that or Camp Ismara, where they just stop people from passing through.
Terrifying.
These
Terrifying.
days.
Terrifying. Terrified. But now that I can't get my life drained, that's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
That's useful.
Remember those traits, because I will forget them, as you've seen many a time.
Yeah, I will do. It was when John was saying it during the Emperor fight. I was like, what the hell is that? And I've got it, so I'm like, yes. Give me. And the burning one just, I think, works well for O'Neill.
That's why when I go to 0 hit points, I always roll, because I have undead fortitude.
I was tempted with the other ones to do the deep ones, but that's just for the dark vision, but it's not worth it just when I've got the goggles. It's like ignoring undead resilience is big, and the effects of my hit points not being reduced is too big to just pass up. Anywho.
I thought about getting stuff like that, but I think Ferandra would take much more of the arcane route and things.
Yeah. The big thing was, like, as long as Oakenhill could control it when he needs to, so he could still touch plants and stuff, because if it made it that Oakenhill's, like, touch causes, like, dry things to set alight, Oakenhill would rather die than not be able to ever touch a plant again, dear lord. So, yeah.
That's fair.
This whole thing. But I think it kind of works, because when he's touching plants and stuff, that's when he's at his calmest, so...
Let me make sure I remember burning properly. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't mention a DC on the thing.
It does not. Okay.
So I don't know what DC you want to set for that stuff, but yeah.
We'll just use your highest mental stat. Wisdom.
Yeah, it's wisdom because what my... yeah, because saving goes... but I'm going to have to dip because it is 12 minutes to midnight and I have a job interview tomorrow, so I need sleep.
Have a very good night.
Goodbye. See you guys later.
See you. Are we still streaming?
Oh god, we are. Ah. Hey, Nemesis. We are doing well, thank you. I totally forgot to end my stream. Goodness gracious. I suppose it's fine. Thank you, everyone, for coming and watching. Thank you to those here for supporting me in this way. And all of you again over there for supporting me in that way. We will return next time as we start to transition over to the last major leg of this campaign in the Duchy. See y'all